Hello everyone, this is day 2 of my April of 2011 road trip. All the digital camera pictures I took of the Blue Ridge Parkway. So you can see the entrance ramp with the parkway and Interstate 81. I believe that's at Waynesboro. And I took pictures in all angles. Remember, at this point I did not know that my digital camera had a video mode. Here's the Blue Ridge Parkway entrance sign. There's Afton Overlook. Now what I made sure to do is take a picture of every overlook sign so that you knew what the next pictures were of mountains. And you can see even in early April, with hardly any leaves on the trees, everything still looks blue, hence the name Blue Ridge Parkway. Now I've just included every picture I took in this slideshow, so this narrated picture slideshow will be 13 minutes long, plus the intro of, showing the maps and everything. But what I'll do after I record this narration is I will go back and put timestamps in the video itself, both within the slideshow and chapters in the video relating to the different outlooks and everything, so you can jump to your favorite part if necessary. But as you can see, some kind of famous log cabin here, and I believe that's the Humpback Rocks Visitor Center. Yep, there it is, and that's one of the first stops on the Blue Ridge Parkway itself. I'm beginning to remember now my journey there in April of 11, and of course further on there's an overlook, and you can see some more of it's probably the Shenandoah Valley. You can see some of the small towns and everything. No leaves on the trees yet, though. And I get views in all 3 directions. So then you have Rock Point Overlook, 3115 feet above sea level. And you can see all the angles from up here. So I took a whole lot of pictures. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, look, there's almost like a paw print on the hills. That's a shadow from the clouds, I think, and you can see what looked like green paw prints from the pine trees on the hills itself. There's a zoom in. Almost looks like a hand from the sky overlooking the farms there. And you can see the concrete guardrail before the valley itself. And with trees in the background and everything. Yeah, I took a lot of pictures, and this is really the first time I've looked at all these pictures in detail preparing these videos, but it's a lot easier to do it this way and just put them all in the slideshow. So the next one is the Slacks Overlook, 2,800 feet, so that's about 300 feet lower than the previous spot. And you can see the Blue Ridge through the trees, and then views of the valley from here. So that's quite nice. Sorry, that was the YouTube notification button. Let me see if I can just click off it. There you go. In fact, I'm going to turn the volume on my laptop off so we don't get any more surprise interruptions. There you go. Here's Bald Mountain Overlook, elevation 3252 feet, so 100 feet higher than Rock Point Overlook. And again, you can see the shadows of the clouds on the hills and everything. But there was still enough sun to be able to see everything. Now I'm going to have a lot more pictures in the July of 2012 video. Well, it's a narrated picture slideshow. I'm going day by day, and that includes the Shenandoah Mountains as well. I'll be linking to the short video footage from that in this video. Big Spy Mountain Overlook. Now that's something I distinctly remember from July of 12 as well. I walked up the hill, I turned around, you could see the road with the mountains above it, and you can see the entire valley in all directions around it. So the digital camera footage is quite clear from this angle. I think when you get high enough in the mountains, you escape all the air pollution, and you're able to find wonderful views that make it look like it was taken by a cell phone, say, yesterday. And beautiful grass hills and everything. Now, I think the next picture shows the road again. Ah, yes, look at that. Almost like hay field in the middle of the coniferous trees there. And more hills and trees and everything. And then I started getting pictures out the car window, which will be shown in the next, well, the next picture at the top left, so you can see my car mirror and everything. Because I realized I didn't have time to do the entire Blue Ridge Parkway that day. I had to get to South Carolina to see the next group of football stadiums. There were 2 of them on day 3. But you're able to get enough views of the mountains and everything. And okay, Boston Knob Overlook, here we go. So there's another info sign. And we'll see how many pictures we can see out this one. Not a lot to see there. There's too many trees in the way. You can see a mountain with some clouds on the center left of your picture. Ah, here comes a good one in the next picture. Look at that. Beautiful valley and the road ahead of me. But I pulled over on the shoulder, or I stopped because there was no one behind me. Good chance to get pictures of the views out the car window without having to get off the road to see them. And you can see more there, the way it's almost hay-colored field there. Oh, that looks like wild sumac. It's still red from the fall. Look at that. That's a kind of a zoomed in picture there. There it is again. Looking down in the valley and the farms, I think, and there's some more of the... Oh, look, top center. See the distant mountains? And here's a good shot with the distant mountains again with the pine tree and everything. So I must have zoomed in on the previous picture. Here's pictures of the valley and everything. And the next one's even better. That's the horizon. Bottom, top third. There's a nice big hill dominating the picture. I'm not sure. I took as many info sign pictures as I could, but there was only so many I could find. So I didn't know exactly which mountain I was looking at in each picture here. But it's certainly beautiful, and you can see those mountains on the top third center. And a beautiful valley, again, mountains dominating the top of your picture in the distance. And the hill, nice big hill with the clouds only lighting up part of it. Now that's beautiful. Look at that. The entire valley spreads out to the horizon. And here's the Chimney Rock Mountain Overlook sign, elevation 2485 feet. And there's the overlook from there, so that's quite beautiful. You can see the stone guardrail of the Blue Ridge Parkway again. Must have gotten overcast. You see how dark everything is? You can't see the sun in that picture. Alright, I must have gotten off the road at some point. Maybe I had to get gas or something. So there's a water tower in a nearby town. There's a mountain from below. And the next picture is what served as my laptop screensaver in 2011. Now, I went straight ahead on 130 to get back up the mountain where that vehicle's coming from. And of course, I took some pictures as I climbed the mountain to get back onto the Blue Ridge Parkway. So I went on, I came off, I went on again, and I finally got off near Buchanan, which you'll see near the, kind of near the end of the picture. I did the Flat Top Summit Trail. You'll see that near the end of the video in about 4 minutes. Oh, yes, the James River Footbridge. That's what this is. So I'm still not up on the mountain. James River Footbridge, dedicated October of 2000. So I saw it over a decade later. I remember now, I remember. Takes a while, you see. And I took pictures of the views all around the place and everything, and I think the next one shows it going across the river. There you go. That's probably the car bridge. And I think that's the river next, the James River itself. There you go, quite large. And here I am, looking across it. Now, I don't know if I crossed from one side to the other. I may have. It's hard to remember. Probably did. That's probably me looking through the slats at the mountains in the... And then I went back up the mountain. So here are pictures of the road taking you back onto the Blue Ridge Parkway itself. and the views I saw out the dashboard. You can see the winding road at the bottom center of your picture with a mountain in the distance. And I took pictures of the mountains as I went by, and you can see the car mirror. Oh, you can see the fog. That's what's above the car mirror. And you can see the valley as you get higher. And I think the next picture has a good view of that valley itself. Oh, it's getting misty. It's getting foggy. You can't see a lot now. Good thing I got clear views earlier when it was sunny. Oh, look at that. The fog on the hills. That's beautiful. And the next one should show it a bit more clearly. There you go. So it has green grass, but the hillside is completely dull. Fall colored, in fact. There's the road at the bottom center of your picture again, and then it started getting snowy. So I took pictures along the way. At first the snow only covered the roadside, but then as you see, it started covering the road itself. Pretty sudden transition there. I didn't have to think of snow tires. Now I stopped, I pulled over, took a picture behind me at that curve, and I think you'll see that curve again in July of 22. There's my car pulled over, and now I tried to pull forward. I couldn't, so I had to back my way out, get back on the road again, and you see more views. You see, it's not snowy in the valley, but it's snowy at the high elevations. You could see that there. And here's what the road looked like with just the tree trunks and everything. So that's quite something. And then a few views. And I think the snow started falling in the next video, and that's why it's all foggy. Now I got to, in the next picture, I got to Onion Mountain Overlook, 6-minute loop trail, but I think I forgot to take a picture of the overlook because I thought I'm going to take a smaller trail. Flat top trail summit was 2.6 miles. Now it took me almost an hour to get up there. Of course, I took pictures along the way. And it probably took me another hour to get down. Now, my digital camera was running out of battery, thankfully not room. So I took pictures as I made my way up the trail of all the trees and everything and the mountains that you can see. You can see some of the snow on the trees in the previous picture. And at first, the way the trail wound back and forth on itself, I started to worry, oh, what if it takes too long? What if it gets dark or something? And that's what I was thinking on this exact section of the trail. It turns top center. But you can see the snow on the trees here. You can see the mountains in the distance and the clouds on the mountain itself. And once I got to the very top, as you'll see in the next picture, I had just enough digital camera battery to get one view off of one side of the summit with a sunny sky. And in the other view, it's a cloudy view. So that's all I have for Blue Ridge Mountains, April 2nd.